I used to like to race people because I can run
Like
fast.
run?
Yeah, like now
Wow.
in my older years, I'm like, I'm not trying to pull no hamstrings or anything like that, but I grew up like I would race all the boys. If any boy thought he was fast, I'd be like, come meet me over here on the track meet. And
Rise and shine, naughty boy.
What the hell is all of this?
Something's happening.
Good morning, sir.
Are you real?
We all were, until we fell into that elf sick trap.
You made your wish. You're in it now.
I didn't sign on for this.
You literally signed on for this.
You gotta read the fine print, man. The terms of service are brutal.
Angela, how's it going?
doing well, thank you.
Oh man, like I said, we have 5 minutes here. Cram in as much as we can. I have 1,000 questions for you, by the way. In your long-spanning career of multiple things that you've done. First of all, in regards to this movie, Candy Cane Lane, are you competitive? Because I feel like these people are insanely competitive, and especially when it comes to Christmas decoration. Would you ever be one of these Christmassy? First of all, are you one of these Christmassy people that really decks out her place, or and is competitive about it? Maybe.
So I love Christmas, but I don't have the design eye. So I've never like decorated my house extravagantly or anything like that, maybe because I don't know how, but I am competitive. I'm competitive in things that I know I'm good at.
Okay. And any come to mind? Any few things that you're ultra competitive in?
I used to like to race people because I can run
Like
fast.
run?
Yeah, like now
Wow.
in my older years, I'm like, I'm not trying to pull no hamstrings or anything like that, but I grew up like I would race all the boys. If any boy thought he was fast, I'd be like, come meet me over here on the track meet, and then I would whoop him. But now I'm old, so.
No more racing. Yeah, we don't want no visits to the physical therapist. Okay. Plot it up. Uh, okay, so those houses in this film, I've heard enough that they were real, especially this Matrix house. Like, as someone who was there, tell me how wild this actually looked. Because I thought first, like, it's got to be CGI, of course. No one's gonna get
Magical.
out like that.
It was so magical. As soon as we pulled up, so like the on the lot where they
Mm-hmm.
have the neighborhood and they decorated all the houses, you can drive past it. So they have a lot of tours that would drive
Mm.
past it. And as soon as the van pulled up where we were getting out, and I remember my first time walking down the street, it was so magical because it's kind of like, when you're a kid and even as an adult driving through neighborhoods, and if you see that one house that went all out, you're like, oh wow, look what they did, like, oh cool. And then a few houses later, like, oh, look at their lights. A few houses later, this was like a
Mm-hmm.
whole neighborhood of just phenomenal decorations, light show. Like, it was so cool.
And was this like for the film, or was it like some actual people who lived there too were decking it out?
No, it's on the studio lot, so it was
Okay, so it
all
wasn't a
for the
studio
film.
lot.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, because I know there's an actual like Candy Cane Lane in El Segundo apparently, and
Yeah.
they actually do things like that. So that's a whole another thing. I didn't think, I lived in LA for a while. I'm originally from Chicago in the Midwest. I'm like, there's no sense of Christmas in LA,
I
but
know. I know. We make it up.
yeah, I guess you can make it up. Unless you go to the Grove or something, it's like,
With
oh
our
yes.
fake bubble snow.
Yes. It's interesting to follow your career because like at one point you were a cheerleader for the Raiders when they were good. And
Mhm.
you've done comedy and films and you start on YouTube. I mean, when you look back, do you think you live like 5 different lifetimes? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's crazy. It's when I hear people repeat to me, like anytime I've done like an interview and then they start repeating my bio and I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm exhausted just from hearing this bio, but it's me." I don't I think it's adrenaline. I think I just keep going on adrenaline. I'm very blessed and I'm very grateful that I've got to experience all the things that I have to get me to where I am today, to be starring in a movie with Eddie Murphy. Like, unreal.
Right. Especially being a comedian yourself in a lot of ways. That's like a dream to only just meet him, much less to be in a movie with him. That's insane. Full circle. I guess the last thing I'll ask you here is like, being in a comedy world, as you age, you know, do you feel like comedy's coming more naturally maybe to you, and you had this experience of all these really a lifetime of experiences? Do you feel like it might get easier as you go on in life, because just life and your experience to come to you more naturally?
I feel like yes and no. There's part of me, like, it's just natural to me, and I have so many years under my belt of like honing my craft. But then at the same time, when I was younger, I had less fear. It was just like, yeah, I'll do whatever, I'll say whatever, let's go. And then now I'm too wise to say whatever. So it's yes and no, both.
I think that's a really interesting perspective and answer. You see, you've learned something over the years that you
Look at
even
that.
understand this concept. So, I mean, the movie, like I said, if you're not in a Christmas spirit, that will get you into it for sure. And great cast all around too. But hopefully next time we can chat a lot more. I have tons more questions, but it was really cool to meet you, Bert.
Thank you so much.
Take care. You too.
Bye.